parliamentary elections in the country. So our job was to visit polling stations, schools, community centers, different kind of places to observe how the elections are going. And for those who have never heard how the elections are done in the post-Soviet countries, it might be okay during the voting process, but the main electoral frauds are done after the polling stations are closed and when they count votes. So at 8 p.m. when polling stations were closed, we had to report back to our head office, and they would tell us which polling station we had to go to observe the vote counting process. So when we called the office, they told us to go home. They called us the next morning to the press conference. We came to the press conference, and the observers from the United States and United Kingdom, and one of whom was actually a U.S. former congressman, they said that the elections were fair and democratic. And that was at the time when we're sitting in the press conference center and people in the streets, tens and hundreds of people were being beaten and arrested for demanding free and fair and democratic elections. And I have to tell you, I refuse to understand when people in Canada tell me they don't going to vote, because you know what, people give up their lives just for the right to vote. In Canada, I studied political science at the University of Toronto. I graduated last year looking for opportunities to become involved in the community. Before I tried to get involved in the community, I booked up an appointment with local MPP Reza Moridi. So I had a little conversation with Reza, and he advised me to get in touch with Marge Andre. He said she was the community organizer in Richmond Hill. So I sent Marge. Hi, Marge. So we exchanged a few emails. I told Marge I was a political science graduate. I wanted to be involved in the community. And the next Tuesday morning, I came to a Connect in the Community event, and she introduced me to Brian. Ideologically, I have always been a liberal. I just had to get to know the politicians before I could get involved in any of their campaigns. So I researched the local candidates. I looked them up. I attended a few events, so I did my homework. Now, as a political science graduate, I understand that the representatives that we sent to the town hall, that we sent to the Queen's Park, the Parliament Hill, they are representing us. So they are supposed to take care, and they're actually supposed to fight for our rights, because we are busy with our daily lives. We're busy with work, with families, we're running businesses, etc., and etc. But I also understand not too many of those representatives actually stand up for the people. They stand up for justice. They actually are there to represent the people that elected them to their jobs. And I knew exactly what I was looking for and who I was looking for, but I wasn't sure if I could find someone who was working hard as a politician and who truly cared about us, about the people, and about the future. And he also knows how to take action. But these are not the only values that I looked for in a politician. Let me tell you a short story that was probably decisive for me. When my brother was about 1, he had a disease and he needed a treatment. So that was back home, early 1990s. He couldn't have his medical treatment in the country, so we had to take him out of the country, and my mom would travel to Moscow, Russia 3-4 times a year, every year. And luckily for some time we could afford that. So he went through numerous examinations, treatment plans, massage therapies, a lot of stuff. And everyone would tell him that he wouldn't walk again. But his drive, his determination, and his tenacity allowed him to walk today and beat the odds. And Brian has these attributes as my brother. He blew me away with his tenacity and drive. And I realized I will support him, because he will take us to the finish line. He will get through to the end, and he will win it. We all are going to win this. Thank you very much.
This is the Canada we love. This is the Canada we